Daily Bugs, how are you doing today? It makes me happy that you chose to revisit my channel. Russia has made this announcement public. Consider the month of April 2023 as the pivotal month in which Russia's crypto international settlement project got underway. Since March of 2022, when we announced the sanctions against Russia, an extremely long period has passed. It is nearly inconceivable that more than 2 years have passed. Nevertheless, following that, Russia and the BRICS nations began competing with the US dollar and the US-based financial system in an effort to establish a new financial paradigm. Most importantly, Bitcoin is at the core of this, which is the technology they are using. Critics in politics persist in making simplistic claims about cryptocurrency, such as the idea that Russia is using it to avoid sanctions, even though the reality is more nuanced than that. The change in digital assets and cryptocurrency, nevertheless, ought to preoccupy you the most. A sea change is happening in the financial sector right now. In order to avoid dealing with the banking system that is dominated by the United States, other methods of evading it are now being developed. They are attempting a complete U-turn. Well, I've been keeping tabs on this progress for quite some time, as everyone knows. This is not a collapse of the US currency or the US financial system, rather, it is something entirely new. All signs point to the new financial system officially replacing the old one being launched soon. These countries will stop using US dollars or participating in a financial system controlled by the US because it serves no purpose for them. There has been a recent uptick in interest in digital assets, cryptocurrencies, and even government-issued digital currencies. Many continue to fixate on the US dollar, even though digital currencies are being studied by 93% of central banks. Not the US dollar, but the global monetary system is central to this issue. This story is quite new. The tides have turned, and things are shifting rapidly. Russia is Rosbank's first cryptocurrency for cross-border payments, started just a few months ago. The widespread use of Bitcoin was another major development for which the devaluation of the dollar was widely predicted. In an effort to reduce trade delays, Russia has lately considered accepting Bitcoin payments on July 25, 2018. In light of the present situation, I believe the United States will at last start to take cryptocurrency seriously and do something about it. The potential of cryptocurrency to manipulate politics is well known, and it has become a contentious issue in political circles. I don't see a smooth road ahead until people realize that the cryptocurrency industry isn't a passing trend but rather the driving force behind a fundamental change in the financial sector. At the moment, Russia is constructing upon this. Another announcement has been made by Russia. The main idea is that Russians are still using digital money, even if the EU has banned it. In addition, since they are clearly attempting to avoid sanctions, it is logical to assume that they will persist in utilizing and transferring funds via digital currencies. They feel the United States has used the dollar too much as a weapon and want to sever relations with it. In addition, some countries have had enough. The fact that Gaddafi wanted a currency backed by gold was already mentioned as the main difficulty in Libya. The most important issue was that the US dollar had to be safeguarded because to the ever-present danger of conflict during that period. Right now, the issue is that, well, BRICS are large, and BRICS is constantly growing and not only among its member states. What are our options here? It has recently gained significant attention in the US. In short, we will not merely go stand up and declare, okay, it appears that we are now on the verge of a full-scale confrontation with each and every one of the BRICS nations. In my opinion, that won't be successful. Take action immediately. The dollar and economic growth are seen to benefit from a stable coin, and lawmakers and Federal Reserve officials are advocating for one that is either controlled by Western nations or is based in the United States. The US is about to experience a CBDC, in all actuality. Such a coin would be an illustration of a stable one. A stable coin would be one that the government issues. Oh, I see. That's all. No more than that, a CBDC. So, they won't really prohibit anything when they mention stable coins and CDCs. The word CDC is being banned and a stable coin is being rostered so that ordinary people may feel comfortable investing in CBDCs. The new framework might start to take shape if these countries are free from American policy-making constraints. Along with a stable coin that is associated with their currency, they also have a digital currency produced by their central bank called CBDC. At this present moment, this is happening everywhere. A Chinese company boasted on July 26 about its stable currency Tether, which lets you avoid Russian restrictions. To start, the fact that it's painting Tether in a bad light is what piques my curiosity. Ripple is planning to release its stablecoin somewhere in the middle of the year. I am absolutely entertained by this. Furthermore, stable currency is ubiquitous, even in cases of penalty and evasion. Things are just going to get worse from here on out. Given Kryptos's significance as a political tool, its subpar round sanctions are sure to garner a lot of attention soon. Before we go on to 2020, though, let's revisit 2023. Until around the middle of the year 2024. The only thing we know for sure is that criminals use crypto and stable currencies for all sorts of things. It appears like there will always be some dubious dealings using fiat cash, which is why these make me giggle. Take the United States as an example. Fiat currency has been around for decades and has been used in some shady dealings. Concerning the avoidance of fines, it is clear that this is creating quite a stir. The ultimate goal here is crypto laws, and this is just making them more apparent along the road. Rules for this area can then be established, allowing us to begin shaping the new system. Which, by the way, is already happening, to a certain degree. Talking about laws and regulations on July 23 is, well, humorous. To facilitate foreign transfers, Russia is contemplating the legalization of cryptocurrencies. From a broader perspective, it's easy to see why cryptocurrency is causing a stir at the moment. If it ushers in a new era of global banking unconstrained by powers like the US, it would be a monumental event. The United States is understandably displeased because this is reducing its influence, and a rift is opening up between the two nations as a result. Companies must have this in order to participate in the global market, particularly those dealing with punishment systems. Since the common thinking isn't necessarily right, they are exploring new pathways, such as cryptocurrency, stable currencies, and the digital asset industry. The US is keeping a careful eye on Russia's use of cryptocurrency and basic coins to evade sanctions, as became clear during US Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen's hearing before the House Financial Services Committee. We don't see Russia doing anything particularly noteworthy at the moment. The issue arises, however, when our penalties are made stricter. As a result, their main point is that when sanctions get tougher, Russia will actually promote the use of digital assets and cryptocurrency. When it begins to grow in size, they will be unable to ignore it until it becomes an issue for them. US sanctions against Russian businesses stem from the country's discriminatory and illegal policies. The fact that you've subscribed and taken the time to view my channel is greatly appreciated. Afterwards, we will meet up.